what's the story that you're trying to tell? Like, why should people care about you? Like, what is, like, who are you outside of, like, you're in love or, oh, you're sad? Like, what else is there to you? Like, what is your background? What is your, you know, your story?
Here, the camera's been rolling, so we're chilling. But I'm thankful we get to sit here and talk about the project. I really liked Husk, and it's long overdue because I know we've been talking about trying to get it done. But first interview of 2025 or 2026, you're the first one here, so I'm glad we get to start out with this one. But how are you feeling? How's everything been going since the drop of the project and beginning of the new year here?
I've been good, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I actually was sick from from Christmas Eve to New Year's. Yeah. But I mean, outside of that, bro, like I'm really glad that the project's been out. I'm glad that it's been like being received very well. I'm honestly just really happy to kind of like get that burden off of my shoulders. And I only say that because when I like make music and stuff like that, or like have to prepare to like releasing and stuff like that, it feels like so much pressure on me to like make sure that all the like I's are like dotted and all the T's are crossed and stuff. So it's so stressful dealing with all of that. But like I have a good team around me, so it definitely helped to just get that out immediately. Yeah,
it's so much. It's so much more than just the project. Everything that like leading up to the project, like the making the music is like the base, but then it's like, well, how are we gonna roll it out, and how are we gonna what's this pressure run gonna look like, or what? And there's so much that goes into it. It must be like incredibly stressful, though.
It is. It's only become more stressful because there's just more like factors now. You know what I'm saying? Like I was independent for like 2.5 years, honestly. So now like working with like a bigger team and like having like resources to kind of like, you know, be like I'm happy to have and stuff like that. It's harder because it's like now there's a middleman and now there's somebody else I have to make sure like is happy with everything going on. It's compared to like me just going to my managers and be like, hey, like let's just do this.
It's not just up to you anymore.
No, it's not. But it's I'm grateful for it though, because like it's a step up and it just shows that like I'm doing something right in my progression.
Right. It's a natural path of the I think everyone sort of runs into it, but you get used to it and
it's definitely a learning hurdle because I'm so used to just being like
that doing whatever you want to do.
Yeah, bro. So now I have to like really sit down and be like, oh, does this make sense for what I'm trying to like do now?
And try to convey all those like thoughts and your vision of the album to a bunch of other outside people, right? Like it's not just like you have to find a way to explain what the goal is or what the like where you're thinking of going with this. It's not just like I can drop whatever I want whenever I want. You know, you got to explain it to everybody around you.
Yeah, I have this thing where I'm like, I always want to like one up myself. So I'll spend hella time just like trying to analyze what am I talking about? You know what I mean? Because like when I make songs, it's not like I say I'm like an accidental project artist because I don't make songs trying to make a project. I just make songs and then they just so happen to make sense in like a cohesive like storyline type of thing, you know? Like the songs that like start off as like the intro to the project are usually like the last song that I make out of everything that's already been made.
Yeah.
So it's just like I'll sit on songs for so long until they make sense for what I guess I'm trying to like talk about, you know?
That's an interesting way to work though, because you know, normally you hear people have an idea up front, like a storyboard almost of like what they're trying to shoot for when building the project, and you're doing it a different way of making a bunch of different stuff, and it just so happens to sort of fit cohesively together.
Yeah. It's like a lot of conversations though, like with myself and like with like my friends and just I guess like growing as a person too.
Yeah.
Cause like I feel like with the projects I dropped before, like my first EP and then Impala and then now Husk, I feel like those three felt like a 3-part story for real. Cause with Circa, I was just very much like talking about just the most rawest emotions I was dealing with, like me being sad and like moving out of my parents. I was like, made all these songs. I was like 23 to 22, 23. Yeah. And then Impala was like 24, 25. and then HUSK was 25, like 26. Like I'm gonna be 27 next week. So I feel like everything I wanted to say as far as like myself, I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like now, like with the music I've been writing and the stuff I've been making, I really respect writers who can write outside of themselves, like make songs that aren't just about like, oh, I'm sad, oh, I'm in love, oh, I'm this, I'm that. It's like you could talk about just shit that just matters to you. That doesn't necessarily mean that you are talking about yourself. So like the songs I've been really like working on stuff is really about like my family and like my like views on like faith and just trying to just build more into like my writing and my pen and just make shit right now that makes the most sense.
When you say songs outside of yourself, what do you mean by that? Say more about that.
It's like, okay, I could directly tell you like, oh, bro, I'm sad. Oh, bro, I'm happy. Oh, bro, I'm in love. Like songs like that. It's like, okay, like I've made those songs. I've made songs talking about like my love, like talking about that. But it's like I was having a conversation with someone like like earlier in the fall, and we were sitting down. And I was asking her like, I feel like I'm making great music. You know, my visuals are always on point, but I just feel like something else is just not clicking. And like it was like I'm not trying to. I don't want to cuss. I'm trying my best this year not to like cuss in the interviews and stuff like that, whatever. So, but
it's a good resolution.
Yeah,
that's the first one of the year. So,
but I was like, you know, I just don't understand. Like, what am I doing wrong? Yeah. And it's like I had that realization. You know, I've only been doing music for 3 years and stuff like that. And it's like, you know, there's still so much more growth I have to make, which I also know as well. But it's like, you know, I just feel like what's missing. And she was like telling me like, yeah, your music is on point. Your visuals are there and stuff like that. You kind of have like a brand type of thing that you know. But what's the story that you're trying to tell? Like, why should people care about you? Like, what is, like, who are you outside of, like, you're in love or, oh, you're sad? Like, what else is there to you? Like, what is your background? What is your, you know, your story? Yeah. And it made me think, I was like, yo, like, I know it, but it's like, I've never really talked about it, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I felt like, you know, only way you kind of learn about someone is you kind of learn a little bit about their past, you know what I mean? So, I started just writing songs, just like talking about my mom and my dad's perspectives on like love and their relationship and just seeing their dynamics. Like I can only know but so much because you know, I was younger and all that stuff. Plus my pops, he passed when I was a baby. So I kind of go off stories of, like what my relatives tell me and stuff like that, or what my mom has told me. Yeah. But it's just, I just want to speak on that and just kind of like figure out a way that, you know, it could relate to me without me talking about me. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to.
I see what you mean though. It's different locking into like an emotion you're feeling now versus, which most people do when they're making a project, right? But you're taking it sort of a step further, or maybe a step back in like reassessing who you are and trying to get that to, you know, you had a whole life before you started making music, and you're trying to, it seems like, almost show that side of it versus just like who you are currently.
Yeah. And I was talking about earlier about like my reviews with like faith and stuff, like, because I'm Christian and I grew up Christian and stuff like that. But you know, when you get older and stuff, you meet people with totally different viewpoints and backgrounds. Being in New York. Yeah, especially in New York, like everybody believes in everything. Yeah. So you know, you're gonna end up having a conversation with someone and you're gonna learn something that ties into what you also believe, even though it's a totally different like religion or you know, spiritual viewpoint or whatever. Yeah. And I just kind of wanted to like speak on that because that was also something that was huge in my family. Like I grew up in church because of my mom. And it's just, you know, I've dealt with like, you know, religious trauma and also had like religious enlightenment as well. Right. So it's like, that's something I also wanted to speak on because one thing I really respected is like how I've seen so many different other artists, like obvious examples like Daniel Caesar, talking about religion or like, you know, specifically Christianity in his music without it feeling like I'm listening to like a Christian album. You know what I mean? Like I'm not listening to gospel, but I sense the elements that's in the music, and it's like I really respect that because it's not an easy thing, especially like now, like telling someone that like you're a Christian, either someone's going to get it or they're going to be like, oh, like you know what I'm saying? I've seen it, I've dealt with it, so it's like I can't ignore that part of myself because it is also a part of who I am. Yeah. So I'd rather try to like incorporate that in my music because I don't want to just neglect a part of me.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. It's been over a year since Impala came out. And during this break, you know, like in the scheme of things, it's not that long of a break. It's been a little over a year, right?
Yeah.
But why were you starting to jump back into putting out Husk and making a project like this? Like it might seem like a long time to you, but in the scheme of people wait years to drop albums, right? In between albums, especially their first project too. You know, their sophomore project or whatever you want to call it. Why were you ready to get back in there?
No, it was when I was saying, like I feel like I make accidental projects, but I really believe in just the idea that no one's going to work as hard as you if like for what you want. So it's like, to be honest with you, bro, I don't feel like I have the luxury to like be able to sit down and take 2 years to like not release another project. You know what I'm saying? Like like I say, I've been making music for 3 years, like consistently. Yeah. And it's like, I am also a Capricorn. I believe in like, I get joy out of working hard and seeing results and seeing what I'm creating like open doors for me in my life. Like whether it's like me learning something about myself as a person or, you know, being able to do like whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I can't take breaks. And it helped me when I was in the headspace of, I just need to keep going. Now I'm in a space of like, I want to write about stuff that isn't just the same old topics I talked about before. And I want to be able to live life. Like, I feel like I don't really give myself like the chance to just go and enjoy stuff. You know what I'm saying? I left like the country for the first time last year. Yeah. And like did not work on music, wasn't doing rollout, wasn't doing anything, just really just enjoyed myself. Yeah. And that's also another thing. I've never really taken a vacation. Like I've left the state, you know, I've left to go to different states, but I've never just been out there and just really just relaxed. Yeah. Like I'm going to Atlanta for my birthday, and it's the first time I've ever like gone anywhere for like my birthday. Yeah. Because, you know, it's like 2 weeks after Christmas. A lot of people don't, like, including myself, don't usually have a lot of bread.
My birthday's the 16th.
See what I'm saying? Like, you get my pain.
I get it.
But I was like, no, like, I want to do something for my birthday. I only turned 27 once. I'm just going to go out there. I'm going to enjoy myself and just live. Yeah. And I feel like that's what I just really want to do. Like, as I am still making music, I'm not in such a rush to be like, album coming this summer, Prod EP coming this fall. It's just like, I'm going to drop what I feel like I want to drop. But as far as just releasing another project and stuff, bro, like, I need to sit with what I just put out. Yeah. You know? Like,
I agree. You got to give it time to breathe. It's like, it didn't drop that long ago in the scheme of things, right?
Yeah. It like, feels like it, but it
hasn't. It feels like it because you haven't been consistent. Like, you haven't put some other project out since then, right? Yeah. But I think that's such a it's such a real feeling of like having to go. Maybe it's because I'm a Capricorn too. I don't know. But it's so like results oriented. You know what I mean? Like, it's like when you drop something, you instantly see like the reward. Like, you see the reaction to it. You are putting out in the world. You just get something from it, like internally. And when you're not, and you take these breaks, there's almost a sense, for me at least, I don't know if it's for you, but it's like there's a sense of guilt of like, I should be working on this now. It's like, and when you aren't, it's almost like, what am I doing? I'm just sort of like here. So it's important, I think, and to take those breaks and force yourself, like the birthday and like just trying to leave the country and not work on stuff. Take time out of the day to like not always be working on the next thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. What I'm trying to say?
And another thing too is like, is it just me too? But I feel like when I take like breaks, I sometimes feel like guilty for taking those breaks. Like just intentionally being like, oh, I'm just gonna chill. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna like take a day for me or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like some days I'll have those days where I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna just do stuff. Like just be proactive, not like working music or nothing. Just being outside, just doing stuff for me.
Yeah.
Then I'll have those days where I'm just like, I'm bed rotting. I'm like, bro, I'm wasting my time, and it's like, I am learning how to not feel so bad for like giving myself a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
Like
it's the culture that it is now, like of just go go go, which in a sense is a good thing. It's good to be motivated, but it's also like it's a gift and a curse of like this can't be the only thing in your life. And every artist that I talk to is like, we talk about stuff that they like to do outside of music, right? Because when it's go 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 and you're only focused on this one thing, it's like I feel guilty for taking a break, but there's more in life than just what I'm doing, than just what I'm working on. There's more to life than, even though this is what a lot of my identity comes from, it's like there's more than just this aspect that I'm trying to like, make stuff shake. It's okay to sit there and enjoy watching Marty Supreme or like or go to the movies, right? It's like, you sit there and you're like, damn, I should be working on something right now, but it's that you have to, I think it's difficult, but you have to be able to remind yourself of like, this is part of living too, is like doing these things and taking those breaks to do things,
Yeah, I'm trying to be more intentional with like just spending time with myself, but also like feeding into the relationships I have already. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I get turned off going outside sometimes because it just feels like a lot of parasocial interactions. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I know you off of Instagram, or I know you because of this person.
Yeah.
And it's like, sometimes I feel like I'm surrounded by so many people, but I still feel alone. And I don't mean that in like a depressive way either. It's just like, I don't know. I just have people that care about me, who have shown me that they care about me.
Yeah.
And I need to learn how to develop those relationships before I just start incorporating like more people into my life. Like if that happens naturally, then of course. But it's like, bro, I have all these people that like are genuinely in my corner, and I'm just like in my own little shell sometimes, bro. Like, I mean, sometimes you need to do that.
Yeah.
But I am trying to be more intentional with enjoying my life, developing the relationships I have with the people around me, and having something to talk about from experiences I'm now going through. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's good or whether it's bad.
Yeah.
I hope no bad shit happens. But
Yeah.
yeah, bro, I just don't want to keep talking about the same old shit. And I just need to be outside, but not like outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
Like outside.
Actually outside, like outside. I was just talking about the other day, but there's this sort of balance between having goals and being ambitious of exactly what we're talking about, wanting the next thing, wanting to work on the new music, all this stuff, but then also being content with where you're at, which is what we're talking about. But it's difficult to be on, not fully to the you're not at the peak of where you want to be artistically. I'm not at the peak of where I want to be, right? And when you're in that space, it's like, okay, I'm not there yet. But there's a balance to be struck of like, okay, even while you're still trying to achieve something and still have goals to achieve something, you can still be ambitious and content at the same time. I feel like a lot of people think you can't, and feel like if I'm content, that means I don't want anything. Like, it doesn't mean I want more. But I feel like, to me, that, you can be ambitious, but content doesn't mean you want to stay where you are forever. It means like, I'm okay with where I'm at right now, if that makes sense.
I think what it is like people associate content with complacency. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a better word would be like grateful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I'm a lot like I'm sure you're grateful for all the opportunities you've had. Same thing for me.
Right.
Like, I'm very grateful for the doors that's opened up, and the folks I've met and just the rooms I've been in. So it's something that I am very happy to have experienced. But I think when it comes to being content, like, I know that I'm not content. And I could be upfront about it. It's just like there's so much more that I want to do, and there's so much more that I feel like I want to talk about.
Yeah.
And I want to get better as a producer. I want to get stronger as a writer, get better as a singer, get better in just a lot of different aspects of my life, whether it's career or just personal. So it's like I can't be content because I know that like if for me personally, I can't speak for anyone else. For me personally, if I stay content, I'll start being complacent. And if I start being complacent, I won't try as hard. And I am nowhere where I want to be. I'm closer than where I was last year. I'm way closer than where I was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But I know there's so much more, bro. Like I'm hungry for this shit, bro. You know, I'm cussing. I'm hungry for this.
Strike one.
I'm hungry for this though, bro. Because like no one's going to care unless I care. And if I don't give myself a reason to care, why would that give anybody else a reason to care?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially as early on as an artist too, especially.
Bro, yes, bro. This is so like, it's so pivotal, bro. Like, I know people who've been doing this way longer than me who are still like just as hungry, if not even hungrier than when they first started. And like for example, like my roommate, like, bro, he's in the studio every day.
Yeah.
All the time. Every day. And it's like, it's commendable because for you to have that type of energy is insane, bro. I
really
can't do that every day, bro. But I understand why he does it, and I understand why that works for him. But I know what works for me. But it's like whether you're doing it every day or whether you're doing it like once a week or twice a week, at least you're still doing something. Progress is still progress.
Exactly, progress is still progress. Yeah, the going from Impala to Husk, sometimes you see a shift in projects of like someone reinventing themselves, right, or something like this. But I didn't feel like it was you reinventing yourself on Husk. I felt like it was you diving even deeper into where you started with Impala. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, 100%. Cause with like for context, when I was working on Impala, like that was like a lot of those songs, if not all those, a lot of those songs were basically like the first beats I was ever really making. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't like when I was working on Circa, I was like, oh, next project, like I'm going like this this felt like my Tame Impala project. Because you know how everyone's like, oh, you know, Tame Impala is like one man band, like he does everything, and I really just respected that, bro. Because so many artists I like really look up to like will do a lot of stuff by themselves.
Oh yeah.
And it's like for me, I was like, oh, like I know I can do this. Like I haven't been playing an instrument since I was a kid. I was like, I'm gonna learn, I'm gonna teach myself. And I like for the most part was making those songs and learning how to play those instruments at the same time. So when I was working on Husk, I was like, oh, I feel way more confident like being a producer and knowing how to do this stuff.
Yeah.
And with when Impala, it just I was like, bro, I really just want to up it. Like on Husk, I was like, bro, this is I gotta step it up. Like whether it's like building more on the talking points I was talking about or in Impala or just like making more dynamic songs.
Yeah.
Cause like I used to get like bullied, quote unquote, for like not incorporating drums into my songs. And that was something that was like real hurdle for me when I was working on Husk. But I was like, nah, like, I'm gonna do this because who the hell wants to listen to songs without drums sometimes, you know? And sometimes it works, but I was like, nah, I really just wanna like this project really was me trying to show like, oh, I can make any type of song that I really want. Like Blur is really like indie for real. Like really indie. And then I would make songs like Redline, which was like me just trying to make something where like I don't rap, but I was like I had a little flow on there.
Flow going.
You know what I'm saying? And then Eastside was like really the most like Baltimore-esque song for me. Cause I used a sample from this song called Bird Flu by Lord Scooter, who you know, rest in peace. He passed away when we were in high school. But he was like hometown hero for real. And like while that song was about me like leaving the city and stuff like that, and like I still have love for it, I always said to myself, I was like, bro, I'm gonna add that song as a sample somehow. Like just cause like I've heard it used so many times, like Baltimore rappers and stuff like that. But it's like you don't hear that. I've never heard it used in like an R&B or like an indie whatever type of song. I was like, bro, I really just have to like
that's neat.
I'm gonna do that.
that homage to it.
Yeah, and I just was like, bro, like this project is still like cohesive and it still feels like a like something I would make, but I just want to show that like I can prove to myself that I can really make whatever I want.
Yeah, it was diving deeper from Impala, the project before. It carried the same theme, and one of my favorite things about it is how I think atmospheric is like the best way to describe it. It feels so light and airy, and it's just like it's not super in your face. Like it gives you time to think, and it gives the listener who were listening to it time to actually like sort of process what's going on, right? Why is that what came out? Like what? Like did it do something for you to sort of leave that space for you to think, while you're making it? Because a lot of times it is just like, constant. It's super in your face. You don't have time to think about it till after, right? But you just give it time to breathe.
Honestly, it's like a flow state type of thing. Like when I'm producing and working on songs, like usually I'll do it all in the same day. You know what I'm saying? I don't just start making the beat and then I'm just write another day. It's like, nah, I'm going to get all these like raw ideas off as quick as I can. So I'll spend like 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours in front of the computer just like literally trying to get the same take over and over or whatever. But a lot of it is really just I was trying to maximize off of what little I knew about the instruments I was playing. Like I can't do crazy riffs like that. You know what I'm saying? That's not me. So at least not yet. But when I was making these songs, I would think of it as like vocal layering, like how you do harmonies and stuff like that. So when I would produce, that's kind of what it was. It was just kind of like building off of this sound and feeling like, oh, this will fit in this pocket and just keep going and going and going and going and going and going. And then that's where that kind of like atmospheric like wall of sound thing kind of like came from. Plus, like a lot of my inspiration was like a lot of psychedelic stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I like music that makes me feel like, oh, like you keep listening to it, and then every time you listen to it, you pick up on a different detail that you didn't listen to the first time.
An instrument you didn't hear the first time or something. Yeah.
Plus, also, I smoked a lot of weed. I was smoking a lot of weed when I was making this music too. So I was just like,
it sounds like it.
Yeah, it's definitely like, oh, I want to listen. I want to make music that I would listen to if I was like high in the car or whatever. You know what I mean? Like smoking a blunt. But like, yeah, I just wanted to just really make stuff that like would catch you off guard.
Yeah.
And just still would be like, whoa, like no one like, because people are making like really like psychedelic and a lot of atmospheric stuff for real, but it's just like I just had to do it my own way.
Yeah.
And that's really what came out.
Why are you okay with letting it sit? Like there's so much movement around you. It's like so much stuff going on, but you don't seem you're okay with just sort of slowing the album down and just,
Cause it's like, dang, that's a good question. It's just, bro, I just really was like super stressed working on Husk. If I'm being honest, like it was new factors and having to learn so much and having to like work with my team, and it was just a lot of effort and time put into the project, bro. And as much as I'm happy to like have gotten it out and stuff like that, there's a lot of stuff that I kind of wish I had done differently. And it's like, it's all just learning hurdles and lessons and stuff like that. But once I kind of was able to have Husk out and we did our rollout and everything like that, I just was like, bro, I don't want to think about making music. I don't want to think about shooting a video or doing an interview or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I was doing shows and stuff like that, but like as far as like really making music, like I really have just kind of really started making new songs again. And that's like from like just working with like my friend Izzy. Like he's honestly been like the only person I've been like consistently working with.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a new energy. You know what I'm saying? Like it got to a point where I was making songs in my room, like trying like produce, and I'm like, I don't like this. Like it feels so like boring. Like I want to make music that like excites me. I'm listening to so much crazy songs, bro. Like shit that you just keep going back. You're like, this is insane. Like Baccarat by Leon Thomas is insane. That song is so crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And it's just like it don't even have to be like songs like that where it's just like so high energy. It's just like stuff that just like makes you feel something, bro.
Yeah.
And that's like I want to listen to my stuff and feel like I feel something. You know what I mean? Like I listen to Husk and I have a weird thing where I don't really listen to projects I dropped because I feel like it takes me back to where I was at a certain point, like headspace wise. Like I don't listen to Circa at all. Impala maybe once in a blue moon, but like when I was making those songs, bro, I was like sad and just like not in like the best place in my life. And then Husk, I listen to it sometimes, but it still brings me back to like certain events that I dealt with while making Husk. So it's like I'm just really just trying to just like figure out what am I feeling, like who am I, like what I want to talk about, and just do it like that, bro. It's just I don't want to be in the theme of just like, oh, I'm making another project. I just want to just make stuff, like just have fun. Like that's another thing. It just felt like making music felt like a job, and I never wanted to feel like that.
That's a big thing.
That really like
it kills creativity.
Yeah, it hurt me, bro. Like it really hurt me emotionally, just being like feeling like, oh, like I have to do this now because I have these obligations I have to like uphold and stuff. And it's not like, oh, I'm having fun, I'm enjoying myself again. Like I'm really starting to learn how to have fun making music again.
Yeah.
Cause like I ain't gonna lie, making a lot of these songs was very manic. I was super manic, just like being like, oh fuck it. I just did a 12-hour shift. Who cares? I'm coming home, I'm gonna make a song right now.
Yeah.
Go to bed at 3 a.m., wake up at 6, go to work, do the same thing over and over again. Like, bro, I'm getting older. I have to I'm learning how to take care of my body, bro. My back be hurting every day. I have to like literally stretch every day, bro. Like it's like I have to learn to take care of myself. Cause if I don't take care of me, then nothing's ever going to get done, bro. Like I was sick for a week, bro. I haven't been sick like that for a long time. I have to watch what I eat. I have to exercise. I'm trying to go to the gym more. I'm trying to like read.
Yeah.
I used to read all the time as a kid, bro.
Exercise mentally.
Bro, facts. Like I used to read all the time, bro. Now I'm like, it's like it's so crazy. It feels like a challenge to read, not because like I can't read, but because it's like my phone, like what's going on? What's this? What's that? Oh, this is going on? Like it's like slowing down has been the best thing for me.
Oh yeah.
Cuz I know if I keep going or trying to catch up or like feel like I'm in this rat race, bro, I'm going to like something bad is going to happen. And I don't want to like wake up in a hospital bed or whatever or like be really sick or like, you know, just something negative happen and it's just because I didn't just chill.
Yeah. Yeah. You say you were going through a lot at the time of making Husk, right? But it's funny because it doesn't, you know, it seems like it in the music, right? There's a lot of like heavy themes of loss and love and just sort of like the things you go through. But it didn't seem like there was, you know, a certain chaos about it. Like you said, you were stressed and all these things, but you didn't hear. That's not exactly what came out in the music. It didn't seem like that. Maybe in your own way, but I think it's just interesting how sometimes like nobody sees that, right? Like I hear the project and I hear this really calm, like we said, atmospheric psychedelic version of you, but really when making the project, you're dealing with all these sort of outside factors, which I just think is really neat about music is I didn't hear any of that until I started talking to you. Like I didn't know any of that was going on, you know?
Yeah, that was kind of intentional too. Cause I was like, bro, I'm not going to make another sad project. Like Husk, even though like it did speak on like certain themes and stuff like that, it didn't feel like a sad, like it didn't feel like I was sad like making these songs, you know what I mean? Like like, oh, you like people have been like, oh, you weren't sad, like you sound real sad talking about this. I'm like, nah, like I had fun making these songs, you know what I mean? But it's like
they're speaking on experiences.
Yeah, you know, like the project itself was about me talking about stuff that I've experienced, whether it was good or bad, and then letting it go. Like it really was just like a let it go type of thing.
Yeah,
like
it gave off that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was therapeutic to be honest, because like I said before, well, I don't know if I said it before. I probably did, but I was like, I have a hard time talking about it to like my friends, and a lot of times I kind of like let a lot of the stuff out in the music that I make.
Right.
But when I was making Husk, it was like it wasn't like, oh, I'm writing these songs, I'm dealing with this right now. It's like, nah, I dealt with it. I'm just talking about it. I'm letting it go, putting it out there, and not revisiting it again, whether it was good or bad.
Right.
And it's just like it felt good making these songs, and I was just dealing with new stuff while these songs was, already made. But I was like, bro, I'm not going to put like this sad theme on this project. Like, this is about me letting it go. Mm-hmm. I'm letting it go. Whether I'm dealing with new stuff now, it doesn't matter. All the stuff I was talking about before is what this is about. Yeah. The new stuff that I'm dealing with, I'll get through it. Life is always going to keep going.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be known as the guy that makes sad music, bro. Like, I can make a sad song and run, but I don't want to be that guy, Like,
sometimes that's what comes out, though, I feel like. I
mean, yeah, but like it sometimes it feels like a trope. And it's like, I don't want to just be like this one-dimensional like artist or person. Like, there's a lot of stuff about me that a lot of people don't know. Yeah. And it's like, I want it to be shown through myself as a person, and also like through music. Cause it's like, bro, like even in my life, like I was having this conversation with my friend yesterday, and I was telling her, I was like, bro, it's so crazy. Cause when people meet me off of like socials, like the music and stuff like that, they're like, they think I'm just so like super duper serious or whatever the hell,
depressed.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I'm just going through the ringer. Like I have all these like heavy things going on, and then it's like they'll meet me and I'm like jokes. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But then it's like the inverse happens when they meet me as a person. They're like, oh, like he's goofy, like he's funny.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect this.
That's what I'm saying. But it's like people will be like, they'll meet me as a person and find it silly, and then they hear the music and they're like, oh, like this is you. Like they're just like, oh, I didn't know you could sing. Like a lot of times I meet people they think I rap, and I'm like, I don't think I give rapper energy for real. But like, it's just so funny for real, because it's just that weird parallel of like, oh, you think I'm sad, but I'm not. Yeah. You think I'm serious, and I'm not. But like, I must be good at my branding, because I get that way too much, bro.
I don't think it seemed. I didn't think it seemed just sad. I think you did a good job acknowledging both sides, because I think it was an emotional project. It was, regardless of whether it was good or bad. But I think you were able to sort of acknowledge both sides of loss, and like on one side losing something, but on the other hand, like you said, moving on from it, right? Because I think, right after a situation, you see it through rose-colored lenses, right? Of like, oh, this was great, and this was so great, and then maybe you go through a phase of feeling like angry and like this was the worst thing ever, like
yeah, like why did I waste my time?
Why did I waste my time? Exactly. But the project did a great job of you being able to just sort of be honest about both parts of it,
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I'll listen and I'll be like, dang, I could have went harder.
In what sense?
Bro, it's the Capricorn in me, bro. I'm just like, out here, you know what it is, bro? It's like, you make a song and you're like, this is the greatest thing I've ever made. And then you'll make another song, and you're like, this is the greatest song I ever made. And then
that's how it should be on every project.
Facts. But it's like, that's how I feel. And I only say that because it's like, I can't go back and change anything. Everything that's done on there is done. Yeah. But I'm just like, the stuff I'm making now and the stuff that I like have in a tuck, I'm like, oh, this is crazy. Yeah. I know that when I put it out and I make other stuff, I'm like, this is cool, but this is great. Yeah. And it's just that cycle over and over and over.
The new stuff you're putting out is like, you can't go back and change the stuff that's already out, but it's like, it's your way of sort of changing it, right? It's like taking maybe this one song that I wish I could have done something different on, and now I can like turn it into a completely different idea for a new song. So it is just that evolution of it, I think.
It is. You're right. You're definitely right. It's
a perfectionist.
Yeah, that's all it is, right, bro. It's just a perfectionist in me, bro. I'm like, oh, I could did this differently on here, but or whatever. But I'm like, you know what? It is what it's supposed to be. Yeah, and that's just what it is.
Do you feel like this project helped you getting through all the stuff you were going through at the time of making it? Help you sort of deal with those emotions of what you were going through and get to a better place?
To some degree, yeah. When I first started working on Husk, like, I didn't even think of like, oh, this is just going to be like a project. Like I was like, I made Blur And I had Blur was like the first song I made out of all those songs that's on the project. And I made that in LA in like August of last year.
Yeah.
So no, not last year, 2024. 2024. I keep forgetting we're 2026
Basically,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, basically last year. So I made it in August, and then excuse me. All those songs were just from 2024 up until maybe May of 2025. And it did help me get through a lot of stuff that I felt like I either just did not want to talk about, or it sat on my chest so much I was like, oh, I need to talk about this right now. And then sometimes it'd be like dormant feelings I just haven't revisited in so long, and it just would come out in the music. And I'm like, I'll listen to it, I'm like, dang, this did happen, didn't it? And I'm just, you just suppress it, but you're like, oh, it's supposed to come out whenever it's supposed to. So it definitely helped me get through a lot of that stuff. Like I said, like I've let it go. I'm not really thinking about it anymore. Not the project, but just like all the stuff that I was dealing with when making these songs and everything. Yeah. But it definitely helped me get through it. And I don't know, it's just pushed me to kind of just be like, take more accountability as like a man. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I'll be honest, a lot of the situations I talked about, completely avoidable. Honestly, just as a person. Like it was a lot of stuff could have been completely avoided if I just used my head, honestly. You know what I mean?
It's part of being human.
Yeah. And then there's other aspects where I was like, damn, I should have thought less of my head and kind of just felt more like my heart. You know what I mean? So definitely a lot of lessons learned. And I feel like now I am like moving past all of that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think we're good. I really appreciate you coming in and talking about it because I love the project. I'm still bumping it, still listening to it. So, but yeah, we got to do it again next time that you drop something. We'll be back here. So,
facts.
Appreciate you coming in.
I'm gonna show you some stuff. I'm see some stuff. Yeah.
Let's do it.
I'm glad we did this, bro. Thank you.
Thank you. But I didn't bring my camera. Okay, yeah.
That was fun. I ain't gonna lie. That's probably one of my favorite interviews I ever just did, bro.
Thanks, bro.
That was actually really fun. Like